today. Hi, my name is Dani and we are going to do a tutorial today. I'm on brows. So as you can see, I have very sparse brows, right? So I want to get them perfect, okay? So I use a few different things to get my eyebrows perfect. And one of the things that I love to start with is our eyebrow liner, okay? So the color that I'm gonna use is 03. I have it semi-sharp, okay? And so what I do is I start on the bottom right there, see? So you see how right here, I just kind of like, I'm making it more angled, okay? So I'm starting at the bottom right here and I'm going over, right? Okay, so it's with my pencil. And then from here, see that point right there? So from that point right there, I'm gonna go down, okay, like that. Okay, so you see how I went a line here to where I kind of wanted it to curve, and then I don't go all the way over though, right guys? I go right here, okay, because I want this right here to be lighter. So then I'm going to go back over to that corner that was right there, okay? So technically, if you went like this, like this, like this, okay, right? That's where your like eyebrows would be. You see that? And you see this right here? So right here, that's where your eyebrow would be, right? Now what I like to do is I like to fill that in right there. Okay, I'm not pressing hard though, okay? I'm just kind of like gliding it on, kind of like I'm painting almost, okay? And then if I need to like tweak anything, go back in and I'll add a little bit wherever I needed to be tweaked, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the other one. Remember how I did like this right here? This is where you want it to stay. This is where my arch is. And right here, when you go like this is where you want it to end, okay? So right here, so I'm gonna come out right here. This is where you want it to end. So this is the connect the dots that I should be doing, okay? So now I'm gonna start right here, okay? Right, because I don't like this colored. And I'm gonna show y'all why here in a minute, okay? This are my arch, right? Okay. Then I'm gonna come down at the top of that arch right there. And then I'm gonna come down like this, right? But I'm gonna come to that line because that's where I want my eyebrow to go. Then I'm gonna kind of thicken this up just a smidgen, right? I like my ends more pointed than thick, okay? Then I'm gonna come in here again. Remember, I don't wanna touch this, okay? But then I'm gonna go straight to that arch. Then I'm gonna fill this in again. If you need to tweak anything, do it really nice and smooth as you can, okay? And now you look a little crazy with these lines on your face, right? But that's okay, because I'm gonna fix that. There is nothing that concealer cannot fix, I'm telling you. Concealer is your best friend. If you don't have some concealer, get you some, okay? If you need a new one, try ours. It's amazing. Okay. So next what I'm gonna do is that's the 03, right? We have so many different things to offer for our brows that it is awesome, okay? And I literally have them all. So let me show you everything that we have, and I do use all of these at times. So we have our Marvelous Pomade Bomb Bomb Bomb, 3 shades. Then we have our powder, which is what I'm about to use right now, 3 shades, amazing, okay? Then we have our liners, 3 shades. And then we have our mascaras, guys. Holy moly, okay? So if you need the right brow utensil or product, come to us. We will definitely help you out. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our 2-sided eyebrow brush. It has a spoolie on one end and it has a slanted brush for the end for the eyebrows. So I'm gonna use our 03 powder, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I am going to fill that in, okay? So watch this. So I'm just gonna fill that in just a little bit. So in my brain, I feel like using the powder on top of the liner is setting it, right? So it is going to set the eyebrow pencil that I just used, okay? So, and it's making it solid, okay? So then I lightly take excess product and I go like right here, lightly, okay? Just lightly, okay? So that's all solid, right? So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So if you don't like yours as dark as mine, we can definitely find you the color that will match your brows if they're lighter. Okay. So then I'm gonna fill this in again, okay? I'm gonna set that eyebrow liner, okay? Because ours is kind of like a waxy consistency where it draws on super easy, okay? Perfect. So now I'm gonna come in a little bit with this right there, right? Okay, perfect, right? So that's what I just used was the powder. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to use a spoolie. So I'm gonna take my spoolie and I'm gonna go in, but I'm gonna stay right here between, okay? But I'm not gonna go all the way in either. The color that I have on my eyebrows over just a little bit, okay? Look at that. So it kind of looks like it kind of ombres out a little bit, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. It helps you. Okay, so there we go, right? So I don't have any product on here, but I'm just gonna go back in and I'm gonna kind of like, you know, just kind of play with it a little bit, just kind of do a little bit of blending, you know. Everything's about blending, okay? Your makeup is about blending, your contouring is about blending, your eyebrows is about blending. So now what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my very thin concealer brush. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to put a nice layer of concealer on my brush like so. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to fine tune those brows. Check this out. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go under, okay, where I want my brow to be flawless. And I'm going to cover up any excess brown, like if I made a mistake or I made a boo-boo and the line is not, you know, straight, then I'm gonna go fix that, right? So I'm gonna fix that with this nice, even, thin concealer brush, okay? Because in order to fine tune, you need a thin brush, okay? If you don't have a thin brush to do this, it will probably turn out to be a disaster, okay? So there you go. Whatever you need, go back and get some. You want it to have ample product. You don't want your product to be dry. You want it to be able to be smooth and moving it, okay? And that it can move and have good coverage, okay? So now you see that I have outlined my eyebrows the way that I want them, right? So now I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer and I'm gonna put a little bit in the middle, right here, okay? A little bit right here. I am gonna add a little bit more like right here and right here. If you feel like you need to add more, like by all means do that, okay? If you want them lighter around, almost kind of looks like a halo, okay? Because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this little brush. I love this brush. This brush is, I did get it at the store, not from FARMASi, but this is what I'm gonna do with it. I'm going to like blend in that area that I just did, okay? But I'm not gonna go into the eyebrow, okay? I'm not gonna touch the eyebrow, okay? I'm gonna blend that out really nicely, okay? Really nicely. And then I'm gonna go on top here, same thing. You know, just kind of blend it out really good as best as you can. Okay, same thing here. Put it all on top of my eyelid if I need to. That'll work as a primer as well for your eyeshadow. And then right in here, you see how I'm just kind of like blending that in? Really nice. But look how that looks right there. See how that blended look looks? See? It looks really good, nice and clean, okay? Nice and clean. So this, my friends, is how I do my eyebrows. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, if you have any freaking questions whatsoever on what color I used or what color you think you need to use, like by all means, reach out to your beauty influencer and let's get you hooked up with some fabulous brows. Love you guys. Bye.